Oh, can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So let's do that again. So welcome, queens. Okay. We had a little glitch, which is so funny because I'm going in on, the ins and outs of Mercury retrograde and how to go in the flow of it. And, that happens. So as we know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And today's masterclass is all about being in alignment with the flow of nature so that we can heal and manifest what we need in life. Okay. And right now, a big event that's coming up for us as the human race, particularly here in North America, is the advent of Mercury retrograde and what that means. You hear about it a lot. It's got more popular, astrology in general, and a variety of holistic sciences has just kind of like blasted forefront with the advent and use of social media. And so you're going to have what we like to call in astrology doomsday astrologers who always look at the negative, or people that look at astrology and aspects. Living My Art is in the building. I had to give that sister a shout out. And so because of that, people tend to project fear because fear mongering causes people to act. It causes people to engage, right? It causes people also to be controlled. So you hear a lot of fear mongering when it comes around Mercury retrograde and these different aspects of astrology and astrology in general. There's a lot of fear mongering going around. But like any other celestial object in the sky, particularly I like to talk about the moon, all the celestial objects in the sky have a real physical and energetic effect on Earth. And so I kind of went through this in a lot of detail just a couple of days ago with the ladies that were enrolled in my Yummy Yoni challenge. It was a 5-day challenge, and we went in on all divine feminine principles of healing our wounds and then ultimately exalting the space of the sacral chakra so that our creative centers are so open and magnetized that we're able to attract what we need, and not without work, but in a way that brings all the resources we need to manifest what we have to. Because everything, we have to put effort into creating our dreams and goals, right? But there's a difference when you're sitting in your feminine and doing it. You're not going. You're not pushing. You're not pushing out all this electric energy. We're highly magnetic as women. And so tonight, my focus is on teaching you the 3 major keys or 3 major tenets to healing from what might be blocking you and your destiny on this earth and on this plane, what your purpose is, and all the healing that you might have to do to get out of your own way. It might be physical healing. It might be trauma healing. It might be energy healing, but the healing, powerful healing that can come through when you do the holistic work. And then once that healing comes through, you're able to reclaim and step into your greatness naturally, because that's who you are naturally. That's what you are naturally. You naturally are a creator, divine being, naturally. And if you're having problems in the area of manifesting healing or manifesting, your business, or creating or attracting the relationship that you want, the love that you want, the money, the finances that you need to get to where you need to be in your life, if you have blocks there, then it's usually something you have to release first. And then you got to restore that energy so that you can be reclaimed and sit on your throne of manifestation. So I want to get into that, especially in reference with Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde is on the nigh. It is approaching. And I want to set the record straight as a Gemini being ruled by Mercury. And Mercury, I don't know how deep y'all in astrology, but we'll get into a little bit, what I'm saying? That is my baby. And so I've learned about this particular celestial object for years now as it applies to me. And I just wanted to shed some light that it's not a bad thing. It's only bad, and it's only filled with lessons for you, usually challenging lessons, if you go against the grain. Like I was telling my ladies that enrolled in my Yummy Yoni class and in my 90-day transformation program we have coming up, that we're not salmon. We're not fish. We're not meant to swim against, the current. We're made to go with the flow, our natural flow of things. And when we go against nature and we go against the natural flow of manifestation, we create lessons. We create friction. We create too much heat. We get hot. We get angry, right? We get frustrated because we're going against the flow of nature. And we wonder why things aren't showing up for us. So all that being said, if you have any questions, because it's hard for me to jump back and forth from Zoom to the lives and whatnot. If you have any questions as we go throughout the seminar, I'll probably keep you about 45 minutes or so. You need to jump on the Zoom. If you do not have the Zoom link, then you need to go click the link in my bio. It says free masterclass. You sign up real quick. It's like a 30-second process, and you will be given the Zoom link to join in the Zoom room. Like I said, it's a free masterclass, but I'm doing Q&A at the Zoom, okay? But I didn't want y'all to miss out on this information. So again, release, restore, and reclaim during Mercury retrograde and beyond. And these are the top three keys for healing. Now, those healing and manifestation. Now, those of you ladies that have joined, Mel, I saw Paula, I saw Edith, a few others might have joined that were in our Yomi Yoni challenge. Some of this is going just to be like review for you, because you got this spiel, but not as it pertains to Mercury retrograde. Okay. So that being said, first of all, what is Mercury retrograde? Well, Mercury goes retrograde about 3 to 4 times a year, rarely 4, on average about 3 times a year. All planets at some point go retrograde, but Mercury is highlighted because the planet Mercury is the closest to the sun. It's the fastest moving planet, and it affects energetically all forms of communication. All forms of communication, and especially communication that deals with electronics. And guess what? We're in a communication, electronic heavy age. And so everybody feels it on some level. Mercury also rules the thought process and communication in relationships, communication in your mind. Mercury rules the mind. It's mind heavy, right? It's analyzing. It's the scientist. It's over analyzing, at points. And so when Mercury goes retrograde just means moving backwards. Now, no planet and no celestial object moves backwards in the sky. Everything has a orbit or a cycle. So for us on Earth, it takes us approximately 365 days to orbit around the sun, which is a year. Please mute, ladies. Make sure you're muted. Everybody, make sure you're muted. So that being said, it takes our orbit from where, Earth was born to where it comes back to where it was born in front of this constellation of Aries. It takes us 365 days to orbit around the sun, one orbit. That's a year. Whereas Mercury only takes 88 days. And so because of the speed, like think of like when you're driving in traffic, right? Depending on how close we're to the sun and we're not with our orbits and all of our, the different speeds of the planets and all of that, and think of an orbital, then there are times when Earth is literally passing by Mercury. And if you think of it like when you're in a car on the highway and you hit the gas and the car beside you in the right lane, you're passing him, but it looks like he's going backwards, but he's not really going backwards. You're just going faster, right? But he's falling behind you. That's what retrograde is. That's literally the physical phenomenon of a retrograde. So from Earth, it looks like we are like Mercury is moving backwards, but really in that part of our orbit, we're just moving a little faster. And this happens 3 times a year for about 3 weeks. And the physics of that energy causes communications on levels to go slower, to move backwards, to do everything that starts with the prefix re, which is why we named the seminar what we did, right? It's the perfect time to do everything that begins with relax, rewind, reuse, reduce, review, like anything that's dealing with technology and communication. So review that email before you said it. Review your thoughts before you say them out loud, because communication can get a little backwards, a little wacky. Your thought process might not be as clear. You don't sign contracts, especially if it's something that's brand new. You don't start anything new because you're reviewing, rewinding, right? And so anything that starts with the prefix re is really what we should be focused on to be in alignment with the Mercury retrograde. So it's not like this, oh, this means everything is going to break, in the tech world, which my computer did just happen to, kill itself, but that's neither here nor there. But me knowing that it's in retrograde, it's not that I have an expectation, because we do also have especially when you do this work, this healing work, and you get in alignment with your creative divine energy and stuff starts coming through you through your resources, then what you project does appear a lot faster. So because I'm aware of the retrograde, I'm also aware that other people might not be aware. And so when I see things pop up, I can be more relaxed about it. It's like, okay, I know what this is. So I know that I have to, rebuttal in a way that is relaxing or, eye-opening or aware, so that there's no friction. I know I'm not going to go and sign a brand new contract on a brand new deal on something brand new. I know that there's something I've been trying to put out into the world. It's time for me to go back to it, to renew it, to get back in alignment with it, so that when Mercury does move forward, quote unquote, when it does move forward in 3 weeks, then I move forward with my goals, dreams, the aspirations that I was reviewing or that I had started before. And that is the crux of Mercury retrograde, technically. So when you're in alignment with celestial or the planetary movements that are above us, then it aligns everything that's within us as well. And I say that to say, like, let's look at the moon. Like, some people might be like, okay, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I'm still not understanding how Mercury, this planet, however, millions of miles away, is affecting my communication. Well, let's look at this. The moon governs all water on the planet. Without the moon, there would be no water on the planet. The moon dictates the tides, the movement of the water. Without no moon, there'd be no tides and ultimately no water. Okay, the moon's gravitational pull on the earth dictates high tide and low tide and the actual wave movements. Okay, the moon governs all water on earth, not just the oceans, all water on earth, including the water in our body. And that 28-day cycle of the moon, remember, everything has a cycle of, of its orbits. The orbit of the moon is a 28-day cycle for it to go through its waxing and waning cycle, the different phases that we see from Earth. We see the most popular, the full moon and the new moon, right? But there's also the waning crescent, the waxing crescent, and the first quarter, this third quarter. It's 8 different phases of the moon. And each phase comes with a different emotional response, because the moon, being that it governs water, it governs all the emotions. So why does the moon govern emotions? How does the moon govern emotions? Because remember, the moon governs all the water. The moon governs the entire water shelf on Earth. Whether the water shelf, meaning the water that's underground, the entire idea of a farmer's almanac that farmers have used to plant millions of plants in agriculture over the last hundreds of thousands of years is predicated upon phases of the moon, the farmer's almanac. So it's not juju, it's real, it's physics. It's physics, and it has a physical and energetic component to it, but not just the moon. Every celestial object does. Every last one. The closer it is to Earth, the more impactful it is on Earth. Okay, and the more impactful it is in our lives. So that's why astrology is so phenomenal. And that's why a lot of times it's demonized. So, you want to be able to study it in a way where you understand the physical and the energetic, behind it, so that you're able to digest the material and apply it to yourself. But the moon is a 28-day cycle. And guess what? So is our divine feminine. Our divine feminine is a 28-day cycle, right? Our women's hormonal health system, it's a 28-day cycle. That is not a coincidence, because the waters of our body is where our hormones lie. Our glands squirt out hormones, right, in the form of liquid for us to feel emotions, right? Serotonin, melatonin, endorphins, you know, all these different hormonal activities from all these different glands in our body, from our pineal gland or thymus gland, you know, pituitary glands, adrenal glands, the glands going up and down the body, the major 7 being the rulers of our chakra system, governs our emotions. So that's how the moon governs emotions. Okay. So I say all that to say how a planet like Mercury could cause communications disruptions when it's going seemingly backwards. But you can be in the flow of that and constantly be manifesting at a higher degree. Because think about it. I like to akin things to what the ancient Kemetu, or the ancient Egyptians, they were amazing, amazing archers. Okay. And with archery, which is the bow and arrow, there has to be a point in order for you to hit the mark and get the goal and get what you're after and hit that red dot. You gotta pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. You gotta rewind. You gotta go backwards. You gotta go backwards until you can't go backwards anymore. And there's so much tension, and there's so much energy, and there's so much buildup, and there's so much focus. And then you release, and boom. Depending on your focus and your concentration, you hit the mark, right? And so when we are in alignment with the flow of nature, be it the moon cycles for ladies, be it certain astrological cycles, right? When we're in alignment with what we're doing, we can create heaven on earth. Y'all hear me? We can create heaven on earth by being in alignment with nature. So there's nothing to fear. Okay? People say there's nothing to fear but fear itself. But not even that. Do it scared. Research it scared. Act on it scared. But do it. And you'll see how much your life will change. And I'm a testament to everything I've talked about. Like, I've been studying astrology. Astrology pretty much changed the game for me in holistic health. Because when I first studied astrology, the late Dr. Layla Africa was my mentor and my teacher for holistic health. And he taught me everything I knew about holistic healing and holistic practices and herbology. And he taught us advanced courses like medical astrology. And we would sit at his feet and be like, yo, he's like a modern day Imhotep. Like, how do you know all of this stuff? And he told us this. He said, once you know, you know, because everything is related. And once you master something, you see how all the other things are part of the whole. And it's an amazing science. So this Mercury retrograde coming up starts, I believe, around April 20th. Somebody Google that and make sure I'm right. Around April 20th, and it lasts approximately 3 weeks. Now, there's something called shadow. Nothing is an island. Everything works in groups in the world, in our bodies, with each other. Everything works as systems, and everything's constantly in motion. So Mercury doesn't all of a sudden just hit the brakes and go, I'm gonna go backwards. Like, there's a transition, right? And again, it's not even moving backwards. That's just what that's just what we see from the sky. And so there's a transition to where it's slowing down, and we're going faster about to move past it so that it looks like it's going backwards. And that transition period, okay, it's called a shadow, which is like 2 weeks prior to it happening. You start feeling the effects of it. You start seeing the effects of it. And then when it actually turns retrograde, those 3 days are usually the strongest effects of it. And then it stays retrograde for 3 weeks, and then it moves forward, those 3 days that it moves forward are also very strong. So if you don't have to travel, then, don't. But if you have to travel, or if it was something that was pre-planned prior to it, then do. But always use your intuition, and always know if something comes awry in that area of traveling and communications and technology, you're aware of it and you're relaxed in it. And then you lose your intuition and you heighten your intuition. And you heighten your intuition by being in alignment with the nature. So what are we going to do during Mercury retrograde? It's a 3-week period every year. Okay. Now, what I'm going to teach you tonight about healing and manifesting does not only apply to retrograde. We just happen to have a retrograde coming up. When I first taught this earlier this last month, we were in a spring equinox, which was also very perfect for what I was teaching. But this can apply, period, at any time. But there's just certain times where there's cycles that heighten the strength of what I'm about to teach you. So these three keys to unlocking the powerful healing and manifestation. The first key is to release what no longer serves you. So during retrograde or beginning retrograde, even beginning now, you begin to release what no longer serves you. And you do that on levels holistically. Then you have to restore what you release, because now that you've released it, you let go, you poured out your cup of all the toxic behaviors, toxic thoughts, toxic chemicals, toxic things, toxic people. Now you got to restore it with the right things, the right people, the right thoughts, right? And there's a process that you do that. And then lastly, after you restore it, then you reclaim who you already were before all of that, what your birthright was, your ability as a woman, as divine feminine, to manifest anything you want through magnetism. You reclaim that, because everything that was dim in your life is now gone, and you've restored it through right action. So again, for the people on live, if y'all want to jump over to the Zoom, you can, because on the Zoom I'm going to show a quick PowerPoint to drive everything home, but I'm going to talk it out loud. If you can't, it's fine. But if you wanted to jump on the Zoom, in order for you to get the Zoom link, you just go to the link in my bio and click free masterclass. Put your name, your email, and your phone number, and you will get text or emailed the link like within, 30 seconds or something. Okay, really quickly. So that's if you want to jump on the Zoom. So ladies on the Zoom, how we feeling? How we doing? Y'all follow me? Any questions so far? Let me check the chat. Any questions so far? If not, Evelyn said grateful. Okay, thank you, Queen. I'm going to share. And again, some of y'all ladies from the Yummy Yoni Challenge, this part will be a review. Let's see. No. Stephanie says, great information. Appreciate you, Queen. All right, let us share the screen. Website. I guess I'm gonna have to do it like this because it's being funky. Okay, ladies, I need somebody to chime in and let me know if you can see this screen that says reawakening the divine feminine within. You could say yay or nay.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, awesome. All right, and everybody can still hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. All right, so.
Wait, this is the one.
All right, make sure y'all mute, ladies. All right, trying to get this thing to. All right. Okay, so I'm on a different screen. Can everybody see? Reawakening the Divine Feminine Within. And I have release in green. Just want to make sure the side is actually moving. Yes, okay. All right, so first we release. So with this retrograde coming up, everything again that starts with RE is in alignment with the retrograde. Okay, so the 3 weeks when you are called to relax, review, restore, release, reawaken, okay, you are in perfect alignment with what you should be doing. And so the results of what you're doing during that time are going to be exalted. All right. There's a quote that I love. I actually have it on the website by Astrological. And she says, all of my experience of studying religion, studying spirituality, studying natural healing, traditional medicine has kind of enriched my vision of the world, and not only seeing reality as this moment, but as a culmination of all the history behind us and all the fruit that hopefully we'll be able to grow from the seeds that we are trying to plant of goodness and peace and beauty and equality. Asada Shakur. And that sums up pretty much my walk in this world and my purpose, and how I came to the space of holistic healing and how it expounded through me, you know. And so it really hit home when I heard Asada say this. And, you know, because with holistic health, it's not just the herbs, it's not just the physical, it's the energetic, and everything starts as energy. Everything starts as energy. We came here as spiritual beings living a physical existence before anything else. Your thoughts, before you create, you know, this app that we're on right now, before somebody created it, was their thought, you know. It started as energy, and then they brought it into the 3D world. They probably wrote it down, bringing it into the 3D world, and then going through the manifestation process to now where billions of people worldwide are using it and they're prospering. And everything happens that way. And so to be in alignment with the flow of nature is extremely powerful. But first we got to release. And doing this during the retrograde, right? It's astounding. But there's times each month, even without a retrograde, if you're aligning with the moon, that are perfect times to release, like during the new moon, right? And I teach that in my holistic 28-day manifestation course as well. Where we go through all the moon phases, the best things to do what for you to manifest 2 goals at the end of it all. So, but for you to reawaken the divine feminine and have and summon through you powerful healing and manifestation, you first have to release. You have to shed toxicity in all form. You have to shed toxicity in the form of sounds, what you listening to, okay? Right? During the full moon, Carly, we talk about in holistic manifestation where that is what comes to manifest based off of the seeds that you planted prior to the new moon, right? It's a whole deep science to it. But releasing can be done after that. But the way that I teach it, that has worked for me for years, the full moon is when everything is coming together to actually manifest for you. Can you please mute, Queen? Can you mute for me? Let's see what this is. Looks like Sharon. Can you mute for me, Sharon?
First time that I can ever remember that the entire family will be standing. Of course, Pastor will be at First Baptist.
Okay. So let's go back here. So yeah, so we want to shed toxicity in the form of sounds, what we're listening to, because yeah, people can justify, and you can justify listening to all types of music, all types of ratchetry, and all types of things. Say, you know, you're grown and you're not going to do these things and yada, yada, yada. But what you let sit in your subconscious mind through repetition, right? I appreciate you, Carly. And I appreciate you for being open-minded about it too. But whatever you listen to over time through repetition sinks into your subconscious, and your subconscious doesn't discern. It just takes in and projects, period. So we have to clear that stuff, because it's a lot of times it's a compounding of little things that are getting in our way, where we're telling ourselves these negative thoughts and these negative patterns of these negative things that we think about ourselves, or that we can't do this or we can't do that, or a lot of it is subconscious programming just from the things that we're listening to. We might not even been told that directly. Okay, so we have to release toxicity in the form of what we're listening to on a daily basis. You got to balance that stuff out. If you're going to listen to the ratchet tree, you better listen to 3 times more of the positive affirmation, positive words, positive sounds, healing music, healing frequencies, positive music. Okay, you got to shed that toxicity. The words, in America, honestly, it's like a cuss word society. Like, a lot of people don't even look at cuss words, like don't bat an eye at it unless it's in front of children or elders. And why do you think that is? Because something innately in us says that this is not right, that is disrespectful. Something innately in us says that is disrespectful. So we won't do it in front of our elders. Not everybody, right? I'm just talking about a large populace. Won't do it in front of our elders, and won't do it in front of children. And that's because, you can argue that your intention behind the word is what elevates this vibration. We can argue till our faces turn red, and we're not about that. We're about listening and understanding each other's points of view, especially during Mercury retrograde, and get the point of view that the root of the word cuss is profanity. The words are meant to be low vibration. They're created to be low vibrational in general. So we got to stop using them so much because they dim our light. We got to become more disciplined with our mouth. We got to release what no longer serves us. And a lot of times we like to hold on to the toxicity because our body is used to those hormones floating around us. It's like an addiction. It's used to it. We got to cleanse. Okay. I used to cuss, like I said, let me tell you the truth, right? I got the kids in the back, but I did. I used to cuss for no reason all the time. And it wasn't until I met some really amazing spiritual teachers of mine, and they taught, ancient Taoist traditions and different traditions of spiritual thought and spiritual learning, and Buddhist traditions, different traditions that caused me to study a world of religions. And I found that many religions are saying the same thing, just in different languages, in different forms, with different stories. Do unto others as you want unto yourself. A lot of them are saying the same thing. And I found that studying that, there's so many different paths to God. And if you walk the path that was meant for you, if you actually walk it, you don't talk it, but you actually walk it and do those things, that you raise the vibration of everybody else around you, including yourself, and your ability to manifest things you want in life. And words are so powerful. Words can deplete somebody, and words can motivate, right? Words can change someone's life if they're in the right place at the right time. And profane words bring down your vibration. There's a whole science to it, but they do. So we got to release it. We got to let it go. We got to let it go. We got to release relationships. We got to release relationships, sisters, that no longer serve our greater good. I don't like to say no longer serve us, but no longer serve our greater good. Because there are relationships that we don't necessarily like, but we know that friend always tell the truth. You might not like her delivery, but she actually cares about you, So it's not about serving us, it's about serving our highest good. And there's some relationships that, again, we're just so used to the toxic bond that we have with them. All bonds are hard to break. All chemical bonds are hard to break. Okay? But we have to let them go. How are you going to ask God or the creator or your most high to fill your cup with all these abundant things when you're holding on to a cup, that's filled with sewage and bugs and mosquitoes, You holding on to this toxic cup. You got to pull it out. And that requires release. And it's not easy to do. but there are holistic tools and holistic methods that will get you there. Okay. Diet. I'm not going to go on a big diet tangent tonight. Okay. Y'all going to get that holistic diet work another day, but I truly don't believe that there's one diet that everybody should be following in mankind. People come from different backgrounds, different cultures, different climates, that may allow them to eat certain things in their genetic line that actually help them. Right. There's a whole, phenomenon and study of, what is it called? It's a study of plants from a, not ethnic level, but it's another word, from a cultural diverse level, and how people take in plants depending on their genetics as well. But one thing I do believe is that if you live in an industrialized society in the West specifically, but any industrialized society, that you're being hit with toxicity on all levels, especially what you're consuming physically through your diet, and that you have to cleanse. You have to cleanse. It is a non-option. There's just so much crap. It's so much crap, so much preservative, so much dyes, so much GMO, there's so much pollution. It's just so much crap in the food that ultimately the heavy metals, xenoestrogens that throw off our hormonal cycles and causes, infertility and not be able to have regular cycles for the ladies. Excuse me, let me get this here. We got to cleanse 2-4 times a year with the change of seasons. So if you're on the Zoom, you can see we have a picture here of our goddess body cleanse, a 28-day goddess body cleanse. Helps with shedding and releasing of all of these things on all levels. We have our healthy yoni herbal blend that's helps to fortify the womb and cleanse that area of toxic emotions and toxic compounds. We have the purity over. These are all herbal extracts. Excuse me. That's something. These are all liquid herbal extracts that you just squirt under your tongue. Highly powerful. That clear, the purity clears all the cleansing channels, colon, kidney, liver, spleen, breaks up mucus and acid. We have mind spirit for our central nervous system activation and clearing that mental fogginess, focus, attention issues, energy, things of that nature, the ability to focus and see things through. We have our belly blesser blend, which is a fiber blend that helps to push out all the toxicity that the body intelligence has pent up so that it can still do its work, at a 75, 50, or 25% level, depending on how bad the toxicity is. And so that is a 28-day cleanse. Remember, 28 days aligned with the moon cycle, aligned with the feminine cycle. It's all holistic. And so I highly recommend the Goddess Body Cleanse for all your releasing needs. But also we have to release on our chakra level, which is our emotional health level. We can release through means of going to the water. Water is the most cleansing element on earth. Go to the water, go to the ocean, go to a clear lake, go to your bathtub, make your own sea salt bath. Do it during the new moon, when the heightening cycle of releases. Do it during Mercury retrograde. Do it during the spring equinox. Do it when you need to let something go. Okay. So do it in the shower. Have the intention to let go. Cry. That water is healing, y'all. And a lot of us strong, independent women have a hard time crying and letting go and receiving the help that we need. And that is all very water-based. Okay. So our emotions align with our chakra system. So we got to clear these toxic emotions, because what's happening is the disease that is manifesting in our bodies before it becomes physical is first, it's emotional, and the emotions and the hormones that are being clogged up in that area because the circulation ain't right, right? Because all hormones are just messengers and they're supposed to be usurped back up, within 5 seconds in the body. And a lot of us have been running negative emotions of anger, resentment, guilt, you name it, negative emotions over time for years, and wonder why we got liver, kidney, womb health issues, yoni issues, and then the chakras associated with them. Root chakra issues, inability to maintain food, water, shelter. Sacral chakra issues, inability to start and finish what you start, right? Inability to speak your truth, inability to say and communicate your truth, okay? Inability to conceive or use your imagination, visualize, okay? That everything is connected. So we have to first release toxicity in all forms. Once we've released toxicity in all forms, of course, if you're doing this with the moon cycle, a new moon is just 3 days. You can release what you need to manifest a specific goal, but years of trauma and all this stuff, you're not going to do that just in 3 days. It's an ongoing work, okay? It's an ongoing work. But once you get to the point where you're releasing all those things that no longer serve you, then you can move into the next step of heightened, powerful healing and manifestation, which is to restore. You're restorative. How do we restore? We restore through the herbs and the natural supplements, right? We restore through our words, the right thoughts, the right actions. We restore through our holistic knowledge of how everything is connected, learning the holistic ways, learning holistic nutrition, okay? Learning how food affects our thoughts, okay? Learning how words and thoughts affect our actions. We restore through affirmations. We cleared out all those negative word, thoughts, and actions, and now we gotta restore it through our affirmations. I got affirmations scheduled on my phone at 11:11 every day. I am beautiful, I am young, I am sexy, I am strong, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am young, I am happy, I am enlightened, I am honest, I am a billionaire. I ain't say millionaire, I said billionaire, because you shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll always be amongst the stars. Your goals should be bigger than big. Because who in your head is telling you you can't think that big? Who are you? Who are you to think that? That's programming. That's programming. We need the ability to build all these schools we want to build across the world. We need the ability to help all these women raise the vibration that we want to raise so that we can sit on our proper thrones as the creatresses, the procreators of this realm. Everything comes through us. Okay? The healing centers worldwide that we need. The healers that we have to train. We need a Billy, son. Okay? Real talk. Affirm. Create your affirmations. I am is the most powerful phrase on the planet. Anything you say after I am is so. You are goddess of your throne. Period. So when you say I am, your cells are at your beckon. They're like, okay, goddess, who is this? Saida. Okay, goddess, Sabo. Okay, higher power. Okay. I am dumb. I am stupid. I can't do this. I can't do that. I rebuke that. That was just for example. But those types of things lower your vibration and shut your cell down. Because your cells, within each cells, you have a nuclei. And within all the nuclei in your body, you have the genetic material, your DNA, that creates proteins every day that create a new reality in you every single day. Every day this happens. You scratch yourself, a couple days later, brand new skin. You think that's not happening at all levels of existence? In the 1990s, they used to call 90% of the DNA junk DNA because they didn't even know what it coded for. And now it comes out, oh, it's not junk. Well, no crap. It's not junk. Just because we didn't know a thing, but our ancestors knew, and a lot of the science is proving what they knew already. It codes for your entire existence. Everything. The way you think, how you think, all the many roads that you can build, from being a I am billionaire to being a I can't, person at the beck end of somebody else's billions. You choose. Okay, we restore through meditation. We got to implant those thoughts. We got to implant them. We got to implant those seeds. Best time to meditate is every day. Anytime you get it in, even if it's just 5 minutes, it's planting those seeds in the fertile ground of our subconscious mind. And you visualize that and you feel it with all the feels, because emotion will be that fuel that we talked about with that bow and arrow. Emotion is the fuel that make pew hit the daggone red dot. Okay. In archery, when you miss the mark, when you miss that red dot, it's called a sin. So in ancient Kemet, or in ancient Egypt, in other cultures, like the ancient Maya as well, they taught that it was a sin to miss the mark. You sinned in the game of archery when you don't hit the goal that you intended. And it's only a sin is because you didn't have the proper focus. You didn't restore the proper things through herbs and natural supplements, words, thoughts, and actions, holistic knowledge, affirmations, meditations, through movement, through fitness, through getting in your body and out of your head, through a holistic, high plant-based diet. Now, I ain't telling everybody they shouldn't eat this, they eat that. I ain't in everybody's culture. I don't know your DNA and your progeny line, but I do know if you have a high plant-based diet, even if you're not totally vegetarian or any of these boxes, if you have a high plant-based diet, then you have a high level of live enzymes going into your body, fueling that protein making process and helping to create the reality you seek. And I can only speak for myself, but I know when I'm on a high plant-based diet, or 100%, I'm going into 100% raw right now, plant-based or plant diet, high raw plant diet, use plant-based because that's the thing now too, that I feel freaking amazing and look it too. Holistic self-care and beauty is another restorative. Because what's important, it's not only important what we put inside, our skin is our largest organ of the body. It sucks up everything. Okay? So we got to be mindful of what we're putting on our skin. We got to be mindful of what we're putting on our yonis. You got to be mindful of what we're putting in our hair. No chemicals. Try to minimize the chemicals. There's already a major lawsuit out for lie-in relaxers that we knew was already causing issues with womb health and cancers and uterine cancers. Our teachers was teaching us that back in the early 2000s, the holistic teachers. Now there's a major lawsuit because of the correlation of uterine fibroids and lie and chemical relaxers. So I ain't telling nobody how to wear their hair. I'm just saying, if you want to straighten it, there's all types of things you could do, that's not going to cause you to have heightened levels of chemicals in your body. Because the better we become, the better our progeny becomes. And we start passing down into our generations heightened level of vibrations so that they can begin to live heaven on earth off a womb. But it starts with us, the women. Okay? We got to restore through intentional beauty. I wear this bindi every day. It's not appropriation. I wear this bindi every day to remind me of my third eye. Tapped in. I decor my third eye because I know from this seat of intuition in my pineal gland is that vision that I need to create the reality I need every day, and I honor it. It's intentional. I wear, certain symbols, and I wear certain jewelry, and I wear certain stones like emerald because I want my business to be prosperous. But I'm just sitting there and attracting it. I want to be prosperous in my communications. Mercury, again, rules communication. I want what I'm telling and teaching people to be received in a way that makes them abundant and prosperous. Emerald. I use jade because I want my feminine health to be in balance, my hormones to be in balance. I want my heart chakra to be open so that I can nurture my children to the utmost ability and have patience. It's a pretty stone. Nobody gotta know. I'm not out here saying, look at this. Da, 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 da. It's just jewelry, but it's intentional because that's how our ancestors work. Everything they did was with intention. And it made them the most highly sought after nations in the world before colonization and their downfall. So we go back, there's a West African model, it's called the Adinkra system, and there are different symbols that symbolize different thought processes that we should take in life. One of them is called Sankofa. It's a goose. There's different symbols for it, but one of them is a goose with its head backwards, and it means to go back and fetch it. And so what we need to do is to go back and fetch from our ancestors, and not so long ago ancestors. Some of them we need to fetch from our grandmothers and great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers, and even further back. What worked that can work for us now? We don't got to reinvent the wheel. What worked for them that can work for us now? Not everything. We're not going to take everything because they're not here right now. A lot of those civilizations had a downfall because they had lessons to learn. But there's a lot we can take to restore ourselves, to restore our vitality. We're still on restore. And then lastly, in order to restore and reawaken that divine feminine within and that massive healing that we need to align with nature's creation and manifestation cycles. We need to align with the moon, ladies. We're already aligned with it. We already probably crying during a new moon and don't even know why. We don't even know it's a new moon though. We don't know how it affects the water in our body. But when you do something with intention, okay, it makes it powerful. Remember that focus, all right? So aligning with creation and nature's manifestation cycles, we got this upcoming retrograde. We're going to align with it by doing what? All the reads. We're going to be in alignment. We're not going to be scared of it. And then lastly, once you release and you restore, then you can actually reclaim what was yours to begin with. You reclaim through creating routines and rituals around what you use to restore your mind, body, and spirit with. So we're going to create a routine for self-care, right? Self-love. Our self-care routine should include our womb and yoni health. Okay? It's not selfish. Taking a shower isn't selfish. It's hygienic. It's for the upliftment of your vibration. It's for the upliftment of your body, mind, and spirit to take a shower. We don't call it selfish. So no routine or ritual around your self-care is selfish. It's necessary for you to reclaim your divine femininity and attract everything you need, including your healing and all the resources you need to build the life you came here to build, because we all came here with a purpose. And it's our purpose to seek our purpose and live in it. And a lot of us live in, paycheck to paycheck, or a lot of us live in, not even that. We might have great jobs, but we're not living in our purpose. And so we feel unfulfilled. It's because we haven't reclaimed our divinity through routines and rituals of self-love and self-care on a regular, disciplined, and consistent basis. We have to be disciplined with the meditation. We have to be disciplined with the affirmations. We have to self-correct when we have negative self-talk. Okay? We can't allow the toxicity to get the best of us. We have to turn off the TV, turn on the podcast. We got to turn off the foolishness, right? And turn up what is going to take us to the next level. We got to align with the cycles of nature. We're reclaiming what we divinely would be doing naturally if we weren't toxic, if we weren't filled with toxicity, if we weren't in toxic relationships or in toxic thoughts all the time, or in areas and things and cycles that don't serve us. We would naturally align with the cycle of nature. We would naturally have a heightened intuition, and we shall when we restore that God-given gift through releasing and restoring through nature's ways that we discussed. We reclaim our divinity and we reclaim our healing powers for our body to naturally heal itself, because your body will do what it needs to do when it's fed the proper nutrients. You will heal yourself. I am a testament to it. I am a testament to it all. The cramps I used to have were debilitating. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. I would get wheeled out of a wheelchair. I had cysts. I said I could have babies. I have 5. You have to reclaim what's yours already. Give honor to those that came before you. Ancestor veneration. Say your grandmother's names. Put her up on the altar. Give her thanks. And grandma wasn't right, or grandpa wasn't right, you know, they weren't doing things, and pray for their spirit to ascend. But give honor to those who came before you, your teachers, okay? People that helped you, especially the elders. You reclaim by manifesting your life's dreams. I have an entire program where I teach you in 28 days how to manifest 2 goals in alignment with nature and with the moon cycles. Manifest your life's dreams. Don't take no for an answer, period. Okay? Don't overthink things. Like my business mentor says all the time, success loves speed. Do it messy. Figure it out later. Jump first. Figure it out as you're coming down. Don't get in your head too much. Mercury retrograde. But you move forward when Mercury is moving forward. You're going to live your making and stop making a living. Because that's what makes, especially us that are deemed successful, that is a lot of people's, I would say a lot of women that come to me that are financially successful, but still lack their purpose, aren't happy. They're just unhappy. And they don't know why, because they're not living in their purpose. They're making a living, but they're not living their making. And then ultimately, to reclaim that divine feminine, you're going to want to seek high vibrational community and guidance. Because no man or woman is an island. And to be successful in your healing, to be successful in the cultivation of your purpose, to be successful in business, to be successful manifesting anything you want, you don't do it alone. You don't do it alone. Okay? You gotta be around people of like minds, or find people of like minds, or become friends with your favorite podcaster and make them your friend in your head. But ultimately you will vibe at that vibration and start, and they will come to you. You will find your tribe. All right. So that is releasing, restoring, and reclaiming the divine feminine within. And I would be remiss if I did not mention, we do have our 90-day Goddess Goals Women's Holistic Transformation Program coming up. It actually starts next week. Release, Restore, Reclaim is the entire cycle where we take 28 days to release, we take 28 days to restore, and we take 28 days to reclaim our divine feminine. It's a 90-day program. I usually only teach it in person. This will be our first year we teach it online, because I've had so many women come to me and say that, you know, from all these different locations, that they would like to participate as well. And so we are doing it for our first year online, and even thinking about doing a celebration here in Florida at the end of the 90 days, but it's going to be amazing. We're going to kick off where together we work through all of this. So we're going to release for 28 days through cleansing and detoxification together. We will restore with holistic feminine self-love and self-care routines and holistic goal setting in alignment with the flow of nature. And then lastly, we're going to reclaim our inner goddess through manifesting our optimal health, wellness, emotional, financial dreams through creating the holistic, high vibrational, abundant, healthy goddess lifestyle we seek. So first 28 days, me, myself, along with some other health experts I'm going to have as guests in the holistic field. You will get the 28-day Goddess Body Cleanse, and we will go through the 28-day process together. We're going to do the cleanse together to release everything that we need to shed for our optimal healing. And then after that releasing process, we're going to learn everything that you need to cultivate a holistic beauty regimen, core fitness, and a womb health regimen. And I'm going to help you discover and live in your divine purpose through holistic tools to help you manifest your goals faster through our Goddess Goal system. And then the last 28 days, of course, we're going to implement that Goddess Goal system I was telling you about to manifest 2 goals that you want to manifest. health and a financial goal, or a relationship and financial, but one of them got to be a financial goal, because I want you to have actual tangible results by the end of this entire transformation program that will change your life. And by the end of that 28-day cycle, that last reclaim cycle, you will manifest it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've been using these systems for years, and I'm telling you, it took me from living on the edge of the hood to a 6+ figure business, helping women and teaching women and loving on women across the world, living in my purpose. And this is exactly what I'll be teaching you during the program. And you'll have support in the form of group calls. We're gonna have emails, we'll have private online group chat, and a lot more. So the entire 90-day Women's Holistic Transformation program starts next week. It starts, hey, Yolanda, it starts next week. The kickoff is, I believe, April 13th, right before the retrograde. So we'll be right in alignment with release. And that is, it wasn't even on purpose, right? When I say that when I do things and they come about in alignment already, it's because I've done so much of the work that I'm already in alignment with these cycles. So again, the first 1 to 4 weeks, that first 28 days, or the first weeks 1 through 4, we're going to do the 28-day detox together. The link to join is actually in my bio, Queen. So you go in my bio, it says free masterclass. You just drop your information. It takes like 30 seconds. You'll get the link. And so that first 4 weeks, I'm going to do the cleanse with you. We're going to mail out the cleanse for you. We'll start, for those that join already, we will mail out that cleanse by next week, so that you have it at the beginning. And we're going to go through the ins and outs of detoxification. So not only are we going to do the cleanse together, but that first 4 weeks, you will always have a weekly holistic fitness class and a sensual health and fitness routines. And some of my yummy yoni girls who joined the program can testament to some of these classes. We did womb and yoni toning classes. They were amazing. We did it with our jade eggs. Some of us didn't have the jade eggs. So basically the womb and yoni toning exercises are, it's a yin yoni yoga practice that I teach. And so we're doing yin yoga, which is very still yoga. It's not a bunch of, crazy poses and movement, but it's very still. It gets your chakras open. It gets you a deep tissue relaxation. It really opens up those emotional levels that we were talking about and cleanses those channels. And then we couple that with Kegel exercises. So it's amazing. You're going to strengthen your womb. You're going to strengthen. Oh, girl, it's spicy. That's definitely a good word for it. We'll do the yoni toning, core strengthening exercises, because the health of our core is the health of our center and of our power. Our solar plexus is the center of our power and creativity, as well as that sacral chakra. And we'll also detox through movement. So again, this is just the first 4 weeks. We're going to do our detox together, our plant-based detox system together. And then the first 4 weeks, we're going to do holistic and fitness classes and sensual health and fitness routines every week. And during the first 4 weeks, we will also have a seminar once a week where you will learn the first 2 weeks what foods and drinks and other essentials to utilize during your detox. And then the last 2 weeks, you'll learn how to transition from that cleansing diet. Some women might, end up staying in that diet because it feels so good, and that it's no longer a diet, it's just the way they eat. Like, that's how I transitioned into being a plant lady, because I just felt so good afterwards. But for those who, want to take on a regular or a more sustainable diet for them, in the last 3 to 4 weeks of the first 28 days, I teach you how to maintain your high vibrational results and lead a rewarding and abundant lifestyle and diet afterwards. What to avoid, what to take in. And then the second set of 28 days. So now it's a 90-day program. So now we're in month 2. During month 2, we take everything we let go, right? And now we're restoring. And like I said, it's like kind of like Mercury, it's in a transition. So it's not like a cut, we're transitioning towards the end, the 4 weeks, going into week 5 through 8, we're already restoring. So weeks 5 through 8, we delve into that holistic Goddess Goals 28-day manifestation system. So you get the entire course for that. I go through the course with you for that. You get the ebook for that. And basically that 4 weeks, we delve into the science We don't even fully apply it. We just delve into the science. And for those that are ready to apply it, they can, and then they'll get a double dose. And basically, it's a scientific and spiritually driven 8-phase manifestation system on how to bring about a sexy, healthy, wealthy, and abundant lifestyle. So you'll learn how to manifest 2 goals every 28 days without fail. And I'm going to do it with you. Okay. Without fail. I've used this to manifest my move to Florida. I've used this to manifest my own business. I've used this to create, oh my gosh, anything I could possibly, anything I needed, a car, I needed, I needed to be able to pay. I did an experiment when I wanted to be able to garner money to pay my rent out for 6 months. I was just like, one day I just woke up and I was like, I need my rent paid for like 6 months so that I could focus on this and that. And I took that into this program and I got it paid out. Like, I think it was like 5 months and a couple of days. Like, it is amazing, y'all. I can't tell y'all how much this has changed my life. I really can't. Like, there is no. Actually, Yolanda said to win that. Look, don't tell the secrets. Oh shit! They acting up in the Instagram chat. But listen, anything I want, I need, I will get. Point blank. Period. And that should be your affirmation going through this course. I'm telling you that your confidence level will skyrocket because you'll always be in alignment. So during that 28 days, you're going to learn how to practically systemize holistic tools such as nutrition and detox, meditation, affirmations, spiritual baths, color therapy, herbs, plants, gemstones, in an easy step-by-step fashion. Easy, super easy, in alignment with the moon phases. And it's easy because I'm going to guide you through it, right? And it's going to highly magnetize you to the life you desire. It shows you how to align with doing the right thing at the right time at all times and becoming literally magnetized into manifesting the heaven on earth you're yearning to create. And also during that 5 weeks, we're going to do some goddess spirit, mind, and body seminars. Okay. So those seminars, I'll be teaching you in depth holistic therapies and remedies and preventive tools and behavior. I'm going to teach you in depth, the meanings and use of gemstones and yoni eggs, herbology, womb wellness, disease prevention, healing through meditation, prayers, and affirmations, vision boards, intentional beauty, astrological wellness, all geared to cultivating your divine purpose. So when I say you're going to get this work, listen, everything I've mentioned so far is over about $3,500 worth of value. Like, if you break everything down, the seminars and everything, I have all of this listed on my site, like, little things that you could purchase. So far, everything I've given you that I've mentioned in this transformation program, we haven't even got to the last month, is about $3,500 if you were to get it, like, pick and choose, right? A la carte, should we say. The last 9 to 12 weeks, we take everything we learn and apply it together. Everything we learn and apply it together. And on top of that, we're going to go through what we call astrological wellness seminars. And these seminars are alone of $1,000 in value, okay? Because there's so many. So, and they're all live. Nothing is pre-recorded. Like, I am here with you right now, holding your hand. There's no stopping. There's no, I start things and I don't finish it. It's none of that. You join this, I am hitting you up like Tiffany, where you at? Where you at? Crazy, sexy, cool. You supposed to be on the call. Where are we at? Where are we at, sis? Talk about the partner that you've been wishing to have to keep you accountable. This is what that is. So that last 9 to 12 weeks is the astrological wellness seminars. Discover your divine spiritual purpose. So many of us are living our best lives financially, but are empty. They are empty, okay? They are not happy. I hope that's not one of y'all. But if it is, I'm going to show you how to live in your purpose. I'm going to help you learn what key aspects in astrology that you hone in on that will show you what you came here to do, period. So you're going to learn how planetary alignments on the day you were born, i.e. your natal chart, can help you discover your truest self and what you're here on earth to accomplish. So weeks 9 through 12, we're going to continue to do the Goddess Goals Holistic Manifestation System work. We're actually going to pick those goals and actually do it. Do everything we learn so that we can manifest them at the end, okay, together. And you can see the tangible results and be like, yo, this is amazing. And continue with that same energy, right, after the 90 days. But then again, on top of that, during week 9, we're going to go through how you learn to discover your divine spiritual purpose, okay? Then we're going to learn during week 10 how you learn how planetary alignments on the day you were born, i.e. your natal chart or your birth chart, can help you discover your truest self and what you're here to accomplish. And then week 11 and 12, we're going to learn different processes to integrate everything you've learned into your new holistic lifestyle and live abundantly with trust, discipline, love, compassion, and most importantly, success. And I am super duper excited about this 90-day Goddess Goals Holistic Transformation Program. I don't know if you can tell by my face. I presented to the goddesses in the Yummy Yoni Challenge. Some of them are here and can attest to some of this work, because we did do a little bit of each of these during that 5 days, but that 5 days cannot touch what we're going to be doing in the next 90 days starting next week. So again, the value for all of these classes, courses, seminars that we're going to be doing, the cleansing, the restoration work, all the knowledge that you will be getting, the sensual fitness programs, the dance, the yoni tightening, the womb health, oh man, the astrological wellness, learning how to live in your divine purpose, all the seminars you're going to be learning and I'll be pouring into you all together is over a $4,000 value. And for tonight, we're offering it for half the price. We're offering it. We would love you to invest in your health and wellness. And I say we because I look at Goddess Body like her own baby. And we also, because this healing work has been channeled through me, through ancestors, through my mother's whose wombs and hearts are being healed just by us passing this on. And then all the juicy, wonderful guests that we'll be having coming on to teach you all these different things, especially during that first month with our detoxification and womb health and exercising and fitness routines and core health. I'm going to have a lot of the sisters that I work with personally for my health and well-being come on and teach. And so we are doing a special offer price for 2222, right? We have definitely used some numerology in there because those 4 2s represent the bridging of the heavens and the earth. Okay, half off. So if you would love to invest in your health, wealth, and happiness through positive lifestyle changes with me guiding you and holding your hand through this entire 90-day process with the Goddess Goals 90-day transformation program, definitely check this out. The special offer will be up through Monday. And we start the challenge, not the challenge, we start the transformation program next, I want to say it's Wednesday or Thursday, but it's April 13th. So visit www.goddessgoals.info. I'm going to type it in this chat and then I'm going to see if we have any questions. Goddessgoals.info. And make sure you go to .info because I do own all the Goddess Goals. So if you go to .com, that's something else. That's just the ebook stuff. So if you want to join the actual transformation program, the 90-day transformation program that I'm talking about right now, you're going to want to go to www.goddessgoals.info, or you can just go on my IG. You go to the link in my bio and it says 90-day Goddess Goals Women's Holistic Transformation Program, and it'll take you right there. So I'm going to jump back here and see if we have any questions in the Zoom room. Pop in. Let me check the chat. Paula says she's so ready. Edith is so ready. Thank you, Queens, for joining. Appreciate you. Yes, Yummy Yoni was everything. Edith got her jade eggs. Yes. The kickoff is April 11th, Edith. That's when will get all your access emails and everything. But our actual kickoff call, like when we start our first call, is on the 13th. But the challenge, the actual system starts the 11th, and that's when you get all your access and you'll be able to review everything before we have our first call. Tanzania, will the Zoom be available for rewatch later? Yes, I'm actually doing this on IG Live too, so I'm gonna post it as well, as long as, you know, well, I won't put that out there, but yes, I will post it, but we will try to get a replay out as well. So I do have, Chantel said your program helped me back in 2016. I want to thank you again. Thank you so much, Chantel. I appreciate you. Queen said, can you start back selling the belly buster separate? If there is enough, like demand for it, we'll do it, Queen. But we find that a lot of women wasn't really buying the belly buster by itself, and so we had a lot of inventory sitting, which is not good because we do everything fresh and we want everything to be fresh. But we might could start out with a little bit and see how it does, maybe. Okay. Raven said, I'm sure mine is bad. I'm not sure what you mean. What's bad, Raven? Ba says, do you still do your teas, or are there? I do. We do have the healthy yoni tea. We do have the healthy yoni and tea form, Ba. But all the entire cleanse system is in liquid form because it's stronger. It's stronger that way. And you know, we develop with the changes in times. And right now, you know, the Black womb is under great duress due to what's going on in society on so many multiple levels that I can't discuss it all right now. And so we decided to make a stronger form. And we also found that a lot of women weren't finishing the cleanse because it was inconvenient for them to do 3 teas throughout the day, especially, you know, women working and whatnot. So we did the extract. It's phenomenal. You definitely need to try it if you haven't. I would recommend you join the program so we can, you know, do it all together. But if not, they are all in liquid form. Yes, and you just put them under your tongue, and it's very powerful. Ayurvedic, Haki Sue, what do you mean by Ayurvedic? Are you talking about the chakra system? We will be learning the Ayurvedic aspects of the chakra system, but I'm not going to be teaching Ayurveda per se, Ayurvedic medicine. Let's see. Well, congratulations to the queens that have joined. I appreciate you. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeseli said, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Sharon said the extracts are great. She has tried both ways. Yes, thank you, Sharon. And can you say what times for the calls and workshops? Edith, yes. You're going to get an email with all the times for the calls and workshops. You're going to get all that information sent out to you within the next couple of days, okay? We have all the times delineated, the calls for the workshops for each thing. So you'll get an email with that entire schedule. And then, of course, anybody that joins the 90-day program, if at any time you can't get on a live call, you will get access to the recordings immediately, like within 24 hours, so that you can review so you don't fall behind. You're going to have an entire back-end portal that you can access. As we go through the calls and the different seminars, you'll see it fill up because, like I said, nothing's pre-recorded. So as we go through it, you'll see it fill up, and you can always go back and get the information. And then we'll always have Q&A. We're always going to be doing something live. Like we'll be doing stuff, you know, at least twice a week for the entire 90 days. So we're doing 2 days a week for the entire 90 days, but that 2 days may change depending on the month and, you know, the seminar, but it's all written out. A reputable source for crystals, it depends on the crystal, Queen. It depends. Are we talking jewelry? Because if we're talking jewelry, you need to visit Rain Global, at Rain Global. Let me show you. That's my go-to for all my crystal jewelry. I love Rain. She's actually a brand ambassador of ours, and she's our New York creative director, and she helps me direct all of our photo shoots with all the models that you see on our page and our website. She helps me direct those shoots in New York. But she has amazing crystal jewelry. She makes crystal jewelry, amulets, crowns. She's amazing. And so she orders crystals a lot more than I do. For those purposes, my crystals tend to come to me in ways, usually through gifts or through universal acts of synchronicity. So, but I can try to, let me see if I can come up with something like a list or something I can send out in an email or something. If you email me and remind me, I can probably come up with something for you for that. But off the top of my head, I've collected crystals over the years. It's not like one place that I've shopped, so to be honest with you. But in the challenge, I do tell you how to correctly identify, certain ones that are popular that might be being sold for other reasons. For meditation purposes, amethyst. Get you some amethyst for meditation purposes. Okay, amethyst is your third eye stone. And so you can get, it depends. Like I like raw amethyst because I just like the way it looks. To me, it's really sexy. It looks like a little, let me see what I got. I don't got one in here with me, but it has all these, little cathedrals. They call it cathedral points. It's different aspects of gemology used to describe what a crystal looks like. And I like the geodes. So they have like the raw crystal points, clusters and stuff. But you might not want that sitting on your head during a meditation. So you can actually get a jewel, like a headband or a headpiece that has an amethyst right here that you wear. That would be kind of sexy. Or you can just get a tumbled stone. Look up amethyst tumbled stone, and it's a little stone where it's been rounded out, and you can hold that during meditation. But you have to clear your stones before you use them. And I also teach that, during this process. I teach an entire gemology class. How you clear your stones, how you set intentions, why this works, why it's not just this frou-frou energy work, what the science is behind all of it, all of that. So, but I would recommend amethyst for meditation purposes to heighten meditation. Quartz too. Quartz is a universal amplifier. Crystal quartz, smoky quartz too. But amethyst was the first one that came to mind. Lapis lazuli is good too, but it's also good for communications. Okay. Any other questions, ladies? So definitely, you're welcome, Paula. Let me type this in the chat. www.goddessgoals.info if you're ready. And I also forgot to mention, with that price on that page, it's 90 days for the $2,222. But on that page, we also offer Afterpay, where you can pay it in 4 payments. And then we also offer PayPal payment where you can pay it in 2 payments. So you don't have to pay everything up front to join. You can pay it in 4 payments with Afterpay and 2 payments with PayPal already. And we do, if any of my Yummy Yoni ladies want to come on and share any testimonies they had from the challenge and stuff they learned. Thank you, NHNDRX. I appreciate you, Queen. She said, love Goddess Body products. But definitely check out www. It's the link. It's also in my bio. goddessgoals.info to join our 90-day transformation program. Goddesses is going to be amazing. Does any of my Yummy Yoni challenge ladies that joined the 90-day want to pop on and give a testimonial? I know y'all sometimes be a little shy. Give a testimonial about some of the stuff we covered during the challenge that we will be expanding upon, because I know y'all got this work. So y'all know, we're gonna go in deeply. If you want to, you can come off of mute and join in.
Okay.
Peace, Queen. How you doing, Edith?
Good, really good. So
can we see your beautiful face?
oh, And let's see if I can get that. I don't know if the lighting is right, but because I'm really chilling while I'm listening. But
That's good. You look good.
yeah, this was I mean, it was something. I guess that the thing that really captured me is recognizing that all of this isn't scary.
Mhm.
Because of course I came on as I was curious, as curiosity. But the astrology part, I mean, I've never really been into the zodiacs, but I was like, oh my God, this is so spot on. I just didn't understand, almost think it was some sort of scam. It's like, how would they know, you
Right.
know, this kind of stuff about me? Or, what is that really about, But yeah, it was just fascinating, and actually started, just kind of working with my system, getting off of caffeine and, doing some different
Good.
things, because it's like, listen, I got this, the time is now. Okay. And I really, have some goals that I really wanted to work on manifesting. See, that's been my
Mhm.
thing, I think, over the years. Like, how do I really get things to happen? It's like I have my faith, but it's almost like, am I doing the right thing? Am I
Mhm.
okay? I'm just going to rest and just, see what happens. And then things come up. And I think, oh, maybe this is an opportunity for me. And then, I pursue it. And it's almost like it fizzes down. It's kind of like,
Mhm.
maybe this isn't it, just being unsure, And then I
Right.
told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm just going to be real. I said, this menopause thing is kicking my butt. But what I realized is that I was not self-care. I was not doing self-care. When
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
talking about the self-care and, taking care of yourself and your diet and just your thought, the thought pattern. So I
Mhm.
was kind of like, okay, affirmations. That's what I need to do. I need to practice breathing. Breathing is, I'm realizing as well, is that it's very important. And my husband and I were working out today together, and I was explaining to him about breathing. I said, because
Mhm.
that's like revelation. That breathing really helps to
Yeah.
calm you down and gets oxygen to your muscles and, joints, and you're able to do things more fluidly. So it was a real eye opener. I mean, there's so many aspects of it. I was like, I have
Right.
got to sign up for this 90-day transformation because I need this bad.
I
So I
appreciate you,
was
Queen.
really blessed and encouraged by it. I mean, it was fantastic. It really was just life changing. I'm already implementing stuff, so just wanted to let you
Thank you
guys know.
so much. I appreciate that, Queen. So this Queen Edith was one of our Yummy Yoni Challenge ladies, and everything we discussed tonight, we went into a little deeper during the challenge, and we actually did the practices. Like, we did some practices. So she got some of her chart read. She got a little piece of what her purpose is supposed to be. She did the deep womb breathing. She did the Yoni exercises and the Kegel routine. She was there for the sensual health stuff. She was there for the nutrition stuff, and we went in for 5 days, like 2 to 3 hours each day, and it was amazing. And there's her aha moments, we had quite a few, but I can, you can see somebody going through an aha moments when we went through the astrology, because I know the astrology, look, I'm getting hot up in here talking. I know the astrology piece, for me, being a really left brain scientist, when I was first getting into holistic health, was I was over there like, you're not convincing me this is where it's at. But I've always been really open-minded and into studying different spiritual systems and religions to understand human nature, so that part of me would not allow it to shut off. And it wasn't until I got the right teachers that could really take it from a high level to a eye level of understanding and connect the actual energetic and emotional principles to the physical and scientific principles, that it hit. Then it made sense. Dr. Africa said, you don't get it until you get it. You won't get it until you get it. And that's all he would tell us. We're like, what do you mean? And then one day it clicked. And so what Edith is talking about with that astrology, it kind of gives me chills, because I was there. I was probably worse. I was probably worse, but it changes everything when you're in alignment with these natural cycles. I'm telling you, especially as divine feminine women, divine feminine beings, you know, it heightens our level of magnetism to places that are just, I can't say unfathomable because we fathom it, but that are just almost unreal, you know, and it will escalate your life so far forward in such a short amount of time that, you know, you might forget to sit there and say thank you and be in gratitude because it happens so fast when you're with it. So thank you so much, Edith, for that beautiful edification and just sharing your experience with the challenge. And ladies, I pray that I do see you all in the 90-day transformation program. We do have a small intimate group, so we're definitely going to get to releasing, restoring, and reclaiming our divine feminine. So if you haven't, make sure you check out www.goddessgoals.info. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me at on Instagram. Just click the little button that says email, and you can email me questions and I will get back to you. As far as the website, we've done a soft reopening because we're kind of tinkering with things, but everything's not fully stocked yet. We're not fully reopened yet, but we will be very soon. Okay, queens, thank you so much. Appreciate you all, and good night.
Good night. Thank you so much, Angela. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.